Hey guys, it's Alissa from Planet Alissa, and I am here with just a quick video that is very useful for those of you who are selling used books, especially on Amazon or eBay, and usually newer used books. And what I want to talk about today actually is something that I think some people outside of the publishing field may not be as familiar with. If you're selling used books, you should be familiar with it, but if you just started selling, you might not be. And what I want to talk about is advanced reading copies of books, also sometimes called uncorrected proofs, galley copies, shortened to ARCs. I've heard some people call them ARCs. And these are books that are put out by publishers before a book is published, that are distributed to those who review books or make purchasing decisions. So I do have a book here. This was a YA novel that was scheduled to be published in January of 2015, so it's already out now, but this is an older ARC or advanced reading copy. And one way, first of all, that you can recognize these pretty easily is that advanced reading copies will almost always have on the spine, they will have the publication date somewhere. Now this book is actually pretty nice looking with the cover, and it's going to look pretty close to what the finished copy looks like. Although the finished copy on this was a hardcover book, I believe. This one was, it was published as hardcover. I don't know if it even ever came out in paperback. But the ARCs are, every ARC I've ever seen is always paperback, because it's less money to print. Interesting note, doesn't really matter to you, but it actually costs publishers usually more money to print ARCs than it costs to print the regular copies of books. Like per book it costs more because they're printing less of them, so it's a small print run, so you pay more for that. But anyway, the other thing you will almost always see is on the cover somewhere it'll say like advanced reading copy and not for sale, and there's a reason for that. And on the back of the book you'll also see usually like the marketing information and details about it like that. So the purpose of these books, like I said, is to distribute to reviewers and those who purchase books, to give them an idea of what the book is going to look like. This is not the same as the finished copy of the book. Like this book, like I said, the finished copy is a hardcover and this is a paperback. So right there's a major difference. But also the text inside is not going to be the same as a finished copy of a book. This is before it's definitely gone through the final round of edits and revisions, the proofreading. Depending on how soon they get the ARC out, it might have gone through like 2 more rounds of edits before this book came out. So, what's in here is, it's not a rough draft, but it's not the same as the final text of the book. And that's very important if you're someone that's selling books online. You can't sell this on Amazon, okay? It's wrong to, and you could get kicked off Amazon for selling that because, as it says, it's an advanced reading copy, it's not for sale. And so if you're listing it under the ISBN, which will usually be on the back of the book, I don't think they generally have a barcode on them, a scannable barcode, because these were not things that were ever sold, so it would just have like a printed ISBN number. It'll probably be inside the book too. But it'll match the ISBN of the published book because that's the ISBN that is on here, but this is not that book. This is an advanced copy of that book that's not the same as that book. So if you list it on Amazon under that ISBN number, you're really violating, you're violating all kinds of issues. You're violating Amazon's terms of service, and you're going to lead to you're going to have some disappointed customers because they think they're buying the book and what they're buying is an advanced reading copy. Now there is a market for advanced reading copies. There are people who collect them if they have an author that they really like, and they want to have like all versions of a book. There are people who want to have that advanced reading copy even though it's like not a final copy. But in that case, again, I wouldn't use Amazon and sell them as collectible or anything like that because you're listing there in the Amazon catalog and it's going to be under that ISBN. So what I would do is, that's something you can maybe sell on eBay. And if you are selling on eBay, again, be very clear of what you are selling. You're selling an advanced copy, not the finished copy, make it very clear for your buyers to know that. I've purchased books online in the past and been very disappointed that when I thought I was purchasing the book, I got an advanced reading copy. And you don't want disappointed customers, because disappointed customers leave bad reviews, or, you know, they contact Amazon and say you're doing something illegal, which it is illegal. I mean, it says clearly right there that's not to be sold. Authors make no money on the sale of advanced reading copies. They make no money on the sale of used copies anyway, so, but that's something to keep in mind. So, if you are selling used books online, I would generally just avoid any book that you see that has, you know, it'll say somewhere on here, you know, publication date. A finished copy of a book never has the publication date printed on the spine. I've never seen that. And you'll see, like, you know, the information here, and you'll usually see something on the front. So, yeah, that's just my little tip for you, to be on the lookout for those, but not be on the lookout to buy them, but be on the lookout to avoid them. Okay, guys, I will see you all again soon. Happy selling, everyone.